he feels. So now moving on, we are going to keep this Natureboy trial coverage rolling. I have more testimony for you guys. I have more audio for y'all to go through and just see what is being presented to the jury. Now, this particular testimony, it was taking me a while to get to, and I actually put it on the back burner as the last thing to do, just simply because when I listened to it when it was happening in real time, there was R word this, R word that, victim name this, victim name that, and every other word seemed like it was either the R or it was the name, and it was this and it was that. And so I knew that it was going to take me a long time. So I got out the other interviews that was shorter that I can get out to you guys quicker and then present to you guys this one. So, but I'm going to put out everything that I see and everything that I witnessed. I'm going to release it to y'all. I still have not edited the first day of trial because each day is 6 hours worth of footage to go through, edit, redact, and all of those things like that. So I haven't had a free day to do that. The free day that I did have, I caught up on some of the testimony. I still didn't get to all of it. So here is the testimony of the detective, and Booker basically cross-examining her and trying to figure out what type of investigation she did and what is going on as it pertains to that. And then that'll be that on that.
I'm going to read this real quick and get some information from you.
How do you spell your first name?
Eligio. You know my name.
Well, I know how to spell it.
Come on.
We got to make sure we have everything right.
I'm a controversial figure, but everything I'm doing is documented. It's acting. Everybody's signing and agreeing.
But let's get through this real quick.
Eligio?
Yes, sir.
And Bishop?
Yeah, yes, sir.
What's your birthday, sir?
4/29/82. This is crazy because I know about the girl saying I'm revenge, but that's just silly because I have the whole video of her consenting. Like I literally have the video in my phone. Like we plan to do sex education for black people to show them what we learned through Egyptology. So literally, she's in the video, like, so come on, bro. Like, we're not even on that kind of vibe. None of the people around are on that kind of vibe. Like, we're not even those kind of people. Yeah, I said, Malia, be nice, because Malia got a little attitude problem. She thinks she a gangster. She thinks she a little thug. So she said, I said, y'all the ops. I said, why you telling me the ops? They're not the ops. They're not the ops. I'm not against the cops. I'm public.
Real quick, what's your contact number for you?
939. Just know I'm an innocent man. I'm innocent. Like, I want you to know that. And I want you to feel my heart right now.
Okay.
I did not rape anyone, man. I wouldn't. Honestly, she did that as addictive, like.
Okay, so real quick, because I want you to talk, but I can't listen to you unless I leave your rights and you agree to talk to me.
I don't want my words to be turned on me, or I'm scared at this point because what's being said about me and is falsely advertised, bro. Like I really honestly on my daughter's life, bro. I did not rape anybody.
So let's just go through that real quick.
Okay.
You can not worry about it real quick, okay?
Okay, but look, if you want to have an attorney, though, I mean, you have the right to have.
I'm gonna have to get an attorney because this is bonkers.
And that's what we're going to go through with you.
Okay, I'm gonna sign.
And it's just so that at the end you can state that you don't want to talk now because you want to get an attorney.
No. I just want you guys. I can talk for myself.
Okay.
Because I'm an innocent man.
Okay. Well, that's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
But we got to let you know all these rights that you have.
Okay. These are my Mirandas.
First, okay, you can. This is silly.
I want to be getting set up, bro. That's all whatever. The universe. If you want me in jail, fine. I'm not surrendering. I'm gonna surrender to the moment. This is probably the universe just putting me in a situation to try me. All right. Whatever. Okay. Whatever. Like all I know is I didn't kill anybody, bro. Okay. And I would never do that, bro. Okay. And I didn't do no revenge.
Let's just get through this real quick.
Okay. You can read right English, obviously, right?
Right.
Initial. Just put your initials for me. Okay. You under the influence of alcohol or drugs?
No.
Okay. Initial. What's the highest level of education? Like 12, 14.
I did 12, but I did barber school. I was at barber school.
Initial right there for me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're right, sir. You have the right to remain silent. You understand that, right?
Yes.
Okay, initial for me, please. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. Okay, you understand that? If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you for any question if you wish. And you may exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Okay, and this right here says, I've read all these rights and you understand all of them.
Am I being set up, bro?
Well, no. I mean, when you're here to tell us if you didn't do it, I mean, we can't make you say you did it.
No, but
We're not going to set up.
if you're a detective, you can detect when somebody's lying. You feel my heart. I did not. I did.
So real quick, understanding these rights listed above, you should talk to us. At this time, if you want to talk to us, initial yes. If you don't, initial.
Yeah, if you want to have an attorney, you can do that.
If you want to, okay, this is per your right.
I have nothing to hide.
Okay, then if you want to talk to us, initial yes. And then sign below.
But just so verbally, you understand your rights and you do want to talk to us right now.
I appreciate this, bro. Because I don't want to do the right thing, and I don't know what's going to get you.
I got you.
You just need to trust the universe. Whatever. I'll talk to you. I'll just trust. I don't have anything to hide, mom. Listen, if I go behind bars as an innocent man, like God wants me there, so I'm gonna be there. But I didn't do it. I didn't do anything. You understand? So whatever is going on here, like, I'll talk to you. I don't know what you guys want me to say, or I'm just telling you.
Okay, now you initially said you refused, but now what are you saying? Because it's got you got to verbally say
Refuse what?
to talk to us. You said I'm going to have to refuse
Refuse what?
to talk.
Can I stop talking anytime I want?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk.
Okay.
Sign up
Sorry.
accused?
You being accused, what I'm saying.
That's ridiculous. This is crazy.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So,
This is beyond crazy, like, great.
what do you think? Okay, obviously you know this is because you're being accused of rape. Okay, what do you know about it? Who do you think did it? Who?
Who do you think it could have been?
Only some vindictive woman that's trying to get me back for something, for probably not wanting to be with her or something. But literally, I wouldn't give anyone. I got all these women. Those all my women. Why would I rape someone? I got like 5 women. Why would I rape a girl? I'm a ladies' man. I got like 5, 6 women. Why am I rape a girl for? They come to me.
Why would anybody accuse you of that?
Because they're mad at me. That's a lot of people that hate me online. I have a lot of trolls. She sent me a letter with a court date on it.
But for what?
For revenge.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, she sent me that letter. She sent me the letter. They sent me a
And it was
letter.
signed by who?
It was just a court. It was a court document. It was a court hearing that I have to go to see if she could get the warrant. She put a warrant out.
She applied for a warrant?
Yeah. And so I have to go to the hearing on, I think the 18th or something, a hearing or something, just to see if she can get the warrant. So I was like, oh, that's simple, because I didn't do anything wrong. So I was like, I got the videotape, I got everything. We got everything ready for the files, ready to show that that's not true. But she knows it's not true. And we're spiritual people, so it's like, to me, it hurts me because I'm like, there's no karma, like, why would, but then I'm thinking like maybe the universe just wants me to be I'm supposed to be, and so I will surrender, but I'm being falsely accused, but, you know what I'm saying,
So let's start with the revenge form. You saying you have some consent form or what?
No, I have a video showing how we did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, she's incomplete. She's like literally going through the spiritual journey. It's a spiritual video, like showing that the vagina, like it was really like an educational thing, right? And so I have the whole footage, like literally, like. And when she left, she was mad, and then she just flipped on me and said, "Revenge." Because what happened was on my Twitter when she left. I thought she wanted to leave. I was like, oh, wow. So when she left, it was still on Twitter. So she said, she didn't ask me, she didn't call me and say, can you take that down? Because we did that together, can you take that down? She didn't do that. She just said revenge. And I know it's my haters, you know, saying you should get on this. They're literally doing everything they can to put me in jail.
So let me explain, okay, the allegations, okay? She said that, she wanted to leave, or no. She said that, you were upset at the face she made, and you started having these girls hit her. And so that she finally had enough. She said, I want to leave. And so I think she said, go ahead and leave. And so she packed her stuff up, I think, whatever she could. She called an Uber. An Uber was outside. As she was getting ready to walk outside, I think one of the girls said, hey, you want to say goodbye to her.
Okay.
So she goes upstairs to see you, and you end up cornering her and start making out with her. I'm telling you what she's saying.
Bro, this is my girl. She got my name on her butt. Literally, like everybody knows me or a thing. I don't have to my girl. Like she's my girl. Like she's saying that shit. That ain't nothing to play with. That ain't even nothing to play with.
I'm telling you, this is what she's accused of.
What I'm saying to you is that's not even nothing to play with. It's on video. We did one together. We're living. Bro, everybody in the world know me. They do. Want to have sex with me? She came to me. Like, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I just can't wait to look at her in her eyes and just be like, bro, you really gonna put me in jail for it? And I feel like,
and she claims that you wouldn't let her leave, and that you said that you were her property, and then
She was his property.
oh, I always say this to my woman. I always say that. I protect them like that. I said, you're my property. I love you, but you're my property. I always tell them that. I got my name on their butt. All of my women. And I tell them that because I love them. And I have to protect them with my man. So you're my property. I love you. And that's to make them feel like, okay, I'm wanted in the love. But not to make them feel like, but she's only doing this because she had to leave. The only reason why she had to leave is because she was mad because she didn't get the attention from the girl. It's all on video. We have the video where I'm saying, I came here because Baba G said, man, he healed me. I got all of it. I have everything. Because as I seen that letter, I said, make sure y'all get all the evidence. And I was like, cool, and I'm straight. You feel me? For her.
So you got a file of evidence?
I got a file. I have a whole file ready right now with the evidence.
Where is it?
The guys got it. You can call the guys, they can bring it to you right now.
Is it on one of the laptops?
No, it's on my cell phone.
On your cell phone?
Yeah, I got it on my cell phone. I can open my cell phone right now and show you it.
And what is it? Will show me.
It'll show you the edge. Like, I want to show you. Can I show you
Do we have his phone here?
it?
Did your phone come with you?
No, whatever. I don't know where my phone is at, and I don't know where none of my stuff is at. What I know is that I have all the videos where I literally have all the videos.
Okay, so you made these educational videos. Did you tell her when you were going to post them?
No, we posted them right there. We posted them together.
You posted
We
them?
were like happy about it. She's crying in the video, like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Like in the video, you see it. Like, dude, we had sex. I don't have to her. We have twosome, threesomes, all like, bro, we do. It's what we do. It's what we do. We do sexual education. I have all that evidence. I have evidence of her just saying, literally, I came here. She came to my house, and she's like, oh, he healed me. Like, some, issues with prostitution. She's out there in the streets. So when she comes to me, I treat her like a woman, a lady. I say, you don't have to do that stuff. Like literally, when you come to me, you're my woman, you're my wife. You're not a prostitute. You're not able to do that. You shouldn't sell yourself for money. And she's crying, and she has to go back to the streets. But then, like, I think that the dude that she was with, he got a vendetta. He probably told her to do it. I don't know what's going on, but I got the evidence, bro. I saved all my files. Because see, one thing I do is go live about everything. I'm on live all day, every day, because I know people trying to set me up. So I have everything documented.
But you got a lot of negative stuff on it.
Absolutely, because when I put stuff out, I have a group of people that don't like me, and they go hard. They're gonna go hard. That's what they do. But that's actually promoting me. So what I'm saying is, and I guess this is part of the territory. But what I'm saying to you is this: that's crazy. I got all the evidence to show that that's not real. Straight up, right now. And I can have my guy send it to you, like literally right now.
What I was trying to tell some of your folks here is, a lot of it's, they say it's a lot of it's acting.
It's like what we're doing is a documentary. So basically, look, if you don't know who I am, my name is Natureboy. I'm a spiritual teacher. I teach about nature and getting in tune with nature and living butt naked in the jungle. That's what I teach. People don't listen to me. So I do radical things to get their attention so they can be like, so I think be like, who the hell is this guy? And that's what we do on the internet now. We do clout chasing. So we be smacking each other. We all agree to like, all right, this is what we're going to do to get attention. We literally sit down and plan it out and literally do it. We're doing a documentary right now. So instead of me saying, so I teach about, say I teach about the number 369, like Nikola Tesla, and I teach about binary code. Black people don't care about that stuff, so I have to get their attention. White people love it. Black people, they be like, they don't care about that. So what do? I do things to get black people's attention. So what gets the attention is drama. And so we create drama. We create drama scenes. For people, they love it. They feel, black people feel drama. Psychologically, I don't know why, but it gets their attention. And I feel like black people don't have a spiritual guru at all. And I feel like I'm that person. I feel like I'm their way into spirituality because, like, I feel like Sadhguru, I feel like I was going to become Sadhguru for black people, for like people poverty, like people in poverty, so they can get spirituality. But it's my approach is a more aggressive, because that's what the streets is doing. But I want them to understand there's love. And I want them to understand this education. If you look at my content, I'm always teaching them to do for themselves, grow your own food, be healthy with the earth. That's what I'm teaching here. Mm-hmm. My heart is completely pure. I would never rape a girl because at the end of the day, I'm a public figure. My name is Natureboy. If I rape a girl.
So what about the guys there that and the girls that claim that you are God?
I am God. I believe I'm God.
Okay.
I do. I believe that I'm God. I believe we're God. I believe everything is connected. I believe that you're God. I believe that the way I treat you is how I treat God. I believe you don't treat God, we don't praise an invisible God, we praise each other. The way I treat you is how I treat God. I don't put God in my mind. I put God as you. And I love you as I love God. And my relationship with you is my relationship with God. We're God. We're all one. We're one earth, one source. We all breathe in the same air on this one rock in the middle of nowhere, flying into the dimensions of the abyss of darkness. We're all on this one rock together. And we gotta get along. This is what I'm teaching. We can't keep fighting. And black people don't want to hear this. They don't, but I've been breaking through. See that, all that happening right now? That's gonna be on the news. That's gonna put my name on the news. They're like, Nature's on the news. So I'm looking at this like, okay, cool, this is good. This is what I need. I need press to get people to listen to me. Because they keep taking me as a joke. I'm telling them mathematics of the universe. I'm saying, listen, we need to eat this food. We need to get this much sunlight. We need to get out the hood, put the guns away. This is what we need to do. Because we keep ending up behind bars. So we have to live in tune with the land. And this is my message to the people.
But all they're getting is,
no.
But this is what I'm telling you. This part of what you do.
Because there's going to be haters. And that's going to be. There's a lot of love, though.
But don't you think it's kind of contradictory to be teaching love? You're saying teaching love and then commanding people to smack each other?
No, because at the end of the day, it gets attention. People are going to look at it because we smack each other. It's just how people
Well,
are.
is that a bad thing? To smack each other?
No. Not ever. It's a joke. Like we're doing it.
They don't see it as a joke.
No, and that's what I'm saying. Their perception of what we're doing is to get us response like we get. That's the point. So that people start talking about me. So that
Wouldn't that give you the reverse of what you're trying to do?
no, because it'll give me press. Like right now, if I leave here and I get bailed out, the press is going to be there, and then I'm going to be able to teach black people, and I'm going to be able to say, listen, what I was doing is this, and this is what I'm doing. That's my art. This is my art. Mm-hmm. And I have critics. I have people that are worried if this is real, if it's not real. That's why I'm like, okay, let the police investigate to see that it's nothing harm going on.
But if we're seeing, based on your videos, a pattern of behavior.
Right.
And we have somebody come along that says, you wouldn't let me leave. You told me I was going to stay here, and you're going to have sex with me when I want to. How do we take that?
Okay, this is how you take it. Watch the video. Just look at it, bro. Just please.
What video?
I have the video on my phone. I've like 6-7 videos of the educational video we made. When you see the videos of me,
We're not talking about the revenge. We're talking about when she tried to leave.
No. What I'm saying to you is, why would I need to rape her if I myself myself was, oh, this is my girl. Why would I? And then she left. She left in the middle. She just left.
First of all, she had to leave.
No, this is what happened. Let me tell you exactly what happened.
Okay.
When I'm in the room with her, I'm gonna be all the way real with you. I'm gonna boom her. I'm like, you know, this is my girl. She's about to leave because she's mad. She's emotional. She's getting emotional because we're doing what she's supposed to be getting it together. And she's like, I give up. I don't want to do this no more. And I'm, you know, pouting. So I'm like, hey, chill out. You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I hugged her. And when she's like, no. And I'm like, babe, you know how it is. Like, it wasn't no, stop. No, I would never. It was like, you know, babe, chill out. And she's like, okay. And she texted her, she was like, all right. But then after we made love right there, she was like, when she went in the room, we made love. It was no rape, son. It was no forced entry. There was no rape at all.
That's what she's claiming.
But that's what I'm saying to you. That is a setup. That is wrong. And that's what I'm saying to you, sir. I did not.
But if we see a pattern of behavior based on your videos.
What, raping?
Not raping, but I mean domineering.
Aggressive?
Dominant.
I'm an aggressive man. I'm a mandingo warrior. I am a chief. Is there something wrong with that? No, but that's my pride. That's my ego. I can be manly. I can be aggressive. That's my art.
Okay, but what if somebody tells an aggressive guy like you no?
No.
And then the aggressive
First
guy
of all,
says you don't say no to me.
No. See, I know that's what it looks like. And that's the figure of the black male, right? And the black male's supposed to be like this, and if he's not like that, he's gonna be offensive to people. Stop that. Okay? I'm a man. I can be as aggressive as I want, warrior and all. Doesn't mean that I'm not gentle. You can feel I'm a gentleman. You can feel I'm a loving being. I'm not a gangster or anything like that. Online, people know me. If you watch me, I'm sweet. I literally suck my thumb online and play with my hair. Like I literally am a sweet guy. Like I would never harm her. And I wish I could see her face.
Explain then what was she upset about at the time that she wanted to leave?
She was upset because she couldn't make it. She couldn't make it. Well, let me see. I'm trying to figure it out because it was real fast. So okay. Fuck, I'm just gonna be over here with you. We had smack again. If you out of tune, you get smacked. Okay? We agreed to that. She got smacked.
What do you mean by out of tune?
Like, say if we're doing something, sometimes when I'm teaching, people get stuck looking at me. And so we have this game like, yo, we're gonna do that. We're gonna smack each other to get each other to look up like with us. You know what I'm saying? So she had got smacked, but she smacked somebody before. But she got smacked, she left. So she like, I'm done. I was like, okay. Well, that's something because I ain't got time for this shit because you already know what you want. And you like, oh, I don't want to do this no more. I'm like, okay. So I went upstairs and talked to her like, that's it. You know, damn well. She come back and forth, back and forth, back. In and out my life, bro. She comes when she want, she leave when she want. Everybody knows this though. Everybody online knows is in and out of my life. When she's doing bad, she'll call me. But I think at this time, she felt embarrassed because online, she went to everybody here. She said, bro.
Let me ask, what if, let's say you have,
I got so many women, bro.
yeah, I get that.
And I'm gonna show you the videos where me and her have a relationship. We have, like, there's no reason to somebody that you have sex with.
We're not saying that she didn't consent before then.
Huh?
We didn't say that she didn't consent before then.
No.
People say consent,
No,
and
what I'm
that's
saying
that.
to you is, I would never jeopardize my career. I would never jeopardize what I'm doing. I work so hard.
Yeah.
I would never jeopardize that. She literally came in the room after and went to bed with us. Like, we was all together. Like, literally. For her to say, it was like, that's foul. That's foul today. That's foul.
That's what she said. She said that she didn't want it and she wanted to leave. You said you ain't leaving nowhere, you're my property. And you were
It was not in that tone. It was not in that tone. It was like, stop playing with me, Terry. Where the hell you about to go? You know you my property. You got my name on your ass. Girl, you mine.
But
Like
that's
that.
just telling you what
Like,
to say.
not like,
I mean,
not like, oh, you can't leave. Oh, no. I'm gonna tell you that. Everybody knows. I tell her, bitch, get the fuck out. Get out now. Get out. I tell her, no, you wanna go? Bye, because I know I'm on live all the time. I have everything on live. And I say, go. Because I ain't got no time for the drama. But for her to say I no, that's just, I can't believe she would say that. You know what I'm saying? That's just, it's beyond me. Like, I'm thinking like, okay, prostitute.
What about what was that girl, Malia? We saw a video where she tried to leave.
Oh, no, Malia, she get aggressive. She's aggressive. I know she's aggressive, but y'all see she got attitude. She get like that. I was not letting her tear my house up. I was literally stopping her from, I let her go. You seen the video. I said, go ahead. And she went out the block. She broke my property. And then went down the block. And then you see, I was like, I closed the door and let her go down the block. Then she started to the scene. I told the girl, like, yo, just make sure she walked down the block, cool off. So they push her down the block. She going crazy, but that's Malia, that's my girl. That's how she is. And then later on she came back, and we together. That's how, I'm sorry, this woman is very aggressive. That's how she like it is. I'm working with her, bro. But at the end of the day, she's aggressive. So she gets mad, she snaps, boom, she got absolute, look, you're not tearing my house up. I literally got in the way to make sure she wasn't gonna tear my house up. And I said, all right, go. Because I'm on live with it. I made sure I get it live, but I'm not going to let her, I know Malia, she'll tear everything in my house up. I'm not about to let her tear my house up. So you can go, get her ID. You watch the video, I say, get her ID, and give her ID, and let her go. That's what I said, and that's what I said to her. And she went up to the, and when she starts to get aggressive, the girls was like, all right, no. Herself went out there in the video and tried and pushed and fired. So you see, she was with all of what was going on. So lying on me, literally lying on me, bro. And it's like, you know what? It's like no way to really prove it because it's her word against mine. And it's like, I got videos of us like.
But this is like I said, if you're putting on shows or performances that makes you look like a domineering guy that, you know, is in charge of everybody else.
Right.
And everybody that you call up.
I become an easy target for that, I get it. What I'm saying to you, that when you really look closer, you do the investigation as a detective, you realize it's acting, it's not real. I'm not an aggressive guy. I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm smart, I'm a leader, but I'm not an aggressive guy in real life. You can feel that. Feel my energy with your heart. You're a detective. You guys are supposed to be able to detect danger or anything in somebody that you feel. Like, you can't tell me I'm an aggressive guy to you.
Well, now
online, I go into a state and I'm it's my heart.
If that's all I see you online,
Yeah. When everyone's telling you that I am not like that. It's a documentary. This is my art. Look at my work. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm just doing something new. I can't keep doing the same thing over and over with the same views. I did stuff to get attention. I'm doing stuff to get attention. It's clear. I got 3 on my face. I'm literally like, yo, it's the 3 guy. Like, I'm literally like acting like, like, just to get people to watch so I can slip in the knowledge.
we're getting no complaint of knowledge. We're getting complaint.
I got a lot of,
I mean, you might be saying a lot of knowledge, but do you think they're paying attention to that when they can watch the other shit?
Yes, because what I'm doing is more subliminal, and some people are catching it. They're like, bro, so what happens is, because I'm doing that, people be like, well, we want to do an interview with you. Can we do an interview with the 3 guys? Now everybody want to do an interview with the 3 guys. When I was Natureboy, nobody wanted to talk to me. But everybody wants to do it with a villain. I become a villain, a bad guy, and then all of a sudden everybody wants to interview the bad guy. I got all
Doesn't
kinds.
that seem like it's a bad thing?
But it's a tactic, and it's what we planned. We seen what people are attracted to that we're talking to. We see it's like if you see your customer and you go to the market, you're like, okay, tell me market to the people you want to market to. And we figured it out, and I just mastered it. And now I'm like, what I'm doing right now, if it got this attention, it works. And I know it's bad attention, but all press is good press for me. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna beat this, because at the end of the day, everybody knows I would never do that. Everybody knows that. Like, the people that follow me, they know it. Like, people, like the people around me are sweet. They are sweet people. We're angels. You can feel that we're like, I used to be in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I changed my life because I had a spiritual awakening. Literally left my body, like, and it changed my whole life. And because of that, I literally changed my whole life around, bro. And I became really spiritual. When I went out to the jungle, I left my barbershop, I left my wife, my kids, and I literally went to Costa Rica. And I'm on the top of a mountain screaming to black people, like, we gotta get in tune with nature. Eat healthy, be righteous.
And how come you're not back out in nature?
Okay, because I got deported back here. This is what I'm saying to you. And now it's winter. I'm inside of the house. I'm usually not inside the house. And I'm about to come outside. I was about to come outside. You see videos of me, it's all funny. Like sometimes I do like a gay person. And I'll do like splits and like it's just my personality. I know I'm a good actor. People like, bro, you need to act. The people that get it, they're like, bro. Yeah, like, is it good? And I was like, because I just, it's my art, man. This is my art. And what she's doing, it's
One thing she's doing that for.
She's doing it because we're attention. She wants the attention. But when people find out that she literally said, that's not going to be good for her. Because people going to be like, bruh, now come on, bruh. Really? Really? They're going to be like, really? And I'm gonna be able to prove all that. That ain't gonna stick. Like I can prove all that. Like I'm not even worried about revenge. We're not worried about that. Assault on who? On who? On what? I didn't assault anybody. We all agreed to, the tapping and
Well, nobody's getting charged for that.
No, I'm saying what is the assault for? Oh, the assault. Okay, see that's. I'm clear on that. On my heart, on God, out of the universe. I know the universe wouldn't even do me like that. Because I ain't that kind of person. It'd be foul. If the universe did me like that, I'd be like, okay, I must have to go to prison and teach guys in prison. Because it's no way.
But they don't really want to do that, do you?
No, what, go to teach guys in prison?
Yeah.
I would. I'll be the spiritual guru in that joint like this. Like I'll be with my shirt over in my cell like this, and they'll be like, yo, bro, what you want? I'm gonna teach no matter where I go. Because I want people, I just want my people to stop being so ignorant. God damn, we're so ignorant. Bro, I'm tired of it, bro. And I literally will do anything to get them to listen to me. And I got their attention now. I got the attention now, bro. This right here, I was like, oh my God. Helicopters, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, it's working. And we had nothing. And we sitting there like, they're going to come in, they're going to check, they're going to see ain't nothing here. We ain't got no weapons, we ain't got no drugs. And they're going to see that this is all, what we did. We did this. We got the press. We got the attention we need. Now people will know that we're innocent, and they will know like, oh, okay. Well, they just sent the police. It's people pulled up to the house that were our supporters, and they were like, man, this is messed up. This is because they know what's going on. And I know you guys don't have time to watch it, but I want you to. I'm ready to whatever because she gave me a warrant paper. I'm coming with a lawyer because I'm like, yo, you playing with my life. And like, you doing this to be vindictive, and I never thought she would do this to me. Which I feel like some of my haters put a battery in her back, like, yeah, go ahead, you know what I mean? Go, yeah, say that, do that.
So what all is on your phone that would help you?
Oh my goodness. I got everything documented. One thing I do is stay alive. Everything. Recorded everything, bro. And here's the thing. She couldn't come here and look me in my eyes and say, she couldn't do it. She's literally doing this because she wants to touch me or take me down or I don't know. There's a couple of girls that hate me. I try not to pay attention to the hate, but there's a couple of girls that I know that really, really don't like me. Mm-hmm. And they always send me text messages. You're going to jail, and I'll be like, whatever. You don't know.
Okay.
But you know.
So do this then. Mm-hmm. Give me the code to your cell phone so we can get in there and look at these fucking videos.
Right. Okay. So, but look. Let me do that because you know what I'm saying. I don't want anything planted or you know what I'm saying. Like in front of you, I can show you it right there in front of you. You know what I'm saying, so that you can see it. Like instead of like,
I don't know if we have.
I'll be set up right now, bro.
Okay. No. Look, you have evidence.
We're not trying to set you up. We're trying to find the evidence that you're saying exists.
If you have evidence
that
in your phone,
show that
I can give you that evidence
But to just give you my phone, not knowing what that might, you know
I'm
what I'm
gonna
saying?
let you know right now, if your phone's at the house, we already have it. Okay?
I mean, we're not gonna plan nothing in it, what are we gonna
We're
plan?
not here
No,
to
if
be
I'm being
against you.
accused of right now, I'm in danger.
Okay, but if you have evidence that's gonna help you in the phone, we wanna see that
Yeah,
evidence.
but I'm not trying to like
We're
have.
not gonna go through it without your permission. What we're doing is getting the code from you, and then we'll get the search warrant to go through your phone, and then we'll get that evidence to support the things you're saying. We're not planting anything on there, we're
Why
not.
can't they just bring my phone here?
We don't give you back your phone once we've seized it in a search warrant, okay?
Why?
No, not until the whole investigation is done. That's why I'm telling you, I'm trying to give you advice right now.
What?
And if it's been seized per that search warrant, and you got evidence on there,
Yeah,
we're gonna go through that phone probably anyways,
yeah.
okay?
You gonna see it anyway.
But if you can give us the passcode, it's just gonna speed up our process.
Alright, so, let's see. That's none of mine now. I don't want anything planted. Is what I'm saying.
We don't plant
I don't hide anything. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. I just have, you got shit about all in there, but naked, like literally, like we're doing art naked, like literally.
Okay, and then that may help you.
Okay, what? I cannot believe this. This is crazy. This is seriously crazy. Like, you seized my cell phone. Why?
There's evidence in there.
Evidence in there.
There's
You're
evidence
saying
in
there's
there.
evidence in
No, what
there.
I'm saying is I didn't know y'all seized out properties like that.
That was what the search warrant was for.
For,
Seizing property and take pictures of your house.
Look, if there's something in there
can I see
that,
the search warrant?
There's gonna be a copy at the house.
It's
That was
the
gonna be yours.
seize, it's the seize.
To
yes,
seize
we're gonna give you
items.
a copy of the search
So I
warrant.
don't have no cell phones?
Probably not. If they were in the house, we probably got them.
Really?
But, I mean, like I said, we can go through it and look, it wouldn't be today, but it could be tomorrow. And if there's evidence in there suggesting that you didn't do that, then that would be a very fucking quick, turnaround.
Okay, but how would you know where to look?
I don't know, I mean, tell us where to look.
You can't bring the cell phone here and let me show you?
No, we don't have that, it's probably in the property room or the crime scene unit right now.
Really? Crime scene?
They just document.
That's how we do all the search warrants. It's just nothing with you special, but every one of them, they're handled like that.
Right, alright, so, that's crazy. And I'm not trying to get set up though. Like, I don't want
We're
nobody
not trying
planting no stuff.
We're not gonna be doing that though. We're not here to get you hemmed up. We're not.
Well, why are we talking? This is, I know she said it, but it's
We
like,
gotta go based off of.
yeah, it's like, it's far from the truth.
Mhm.
And it's like,
But if you got truth
Bogus.
to tell us, we're trying to give you advice on how we
I
can
just
get
told you I
it.
have it in my phone, but if y'all got my phone, then,
But if you give us the passcode, that speeds us up.
so we can just.
But
go
we're
to the
not,
phone.
we're not gonna go through it until we get a search warrant for it. We got the search warrant to seize it, and we're gonna get a search warrant to look through it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It won't be gone through until,
And then after you search it, you're gonna be searching the property?
once the full investigation is.
Yeah. We're not gonna keep it.
How long is the investigation?
I don't know.
It depends on everything that comes with this. It depends on.
You guys got my passport too, did you see my passport?
Yes.
You'll get,
Yeah, you need the passport.
No, yo, dude, outside of this, as a human being, what do you feel? That, you're a detective, you're detectives, you've been doing this how long?
26 years.
26 years, and you,
well, not as long as him.
okay, but you're a detective, bro. You dealt with people, what do you feel?
Well, you're the first guy like yourself that I've ever dealt with. So, like I said, I mean, when I see all these
I'm
videos,
watching
so,
it. It's pretty cool. I like stuff like that, I like the technology.
but you know, like I said, I mean, I guess maybe I'm conflicted, right? You seem like a nice guy, but in person, but in a video, asking them blah blah blah.
Right, but did you have to arrest him? Was anybody hurt?
No,
Was anybody harmed? Did it seem like anybody was in danger? You're a detective. So this all seems like a lie, right? I mean, thus far, in all the things that you heard, it's now that you're here, now that you met everyone, now that you feel the energy, is it a lie?
No, it's
Come on, it's not true. It's not true, you know it.
no. I mean,
No, I'm just saying, like, from what you heard, okay, the videos, good. What you heard and what you felt as you investigated and looked further, you can tell that's not going on.
no, not necessarily.
Really?
Just like a conversation.
But I'm live all the time. Like, I'm literally.
Helpful to you.
Helpful for you?
It's not helpful for me when I didn't commit any crimes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a bad, like, there's a lot of rappers that portray to be bad guys and stuff like that, but it's freedom of speech and it's freedom of, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, okay, I see it looks like that, but then you don't just make me that. It's because it looks like it. That's what the detective's for. The detective's for is to go a little deeper and make sure that it's not.
Okay, but what you said, looking deeper would be maybe in your phone is one thing. I didn't bring up looking at your phone. You brought
I
that up.
have nothing to hide.
Okay.
I will give you the password to my phone and all the other phones, they all got the same passwords.
Okay, that's going to be helpful in cooperation.
Okay, what I'm saying to you is that I just don't want to plant it in my phone because of my figure and what I feel.
We don't have any association with your figure. We didn't know about you before any of this. You were not involved in any of our lives.
Why would we want to plan? I mean,
Okay, so this will make the job easier.
What that, yeah, this will make the job easier.
Okay, so when you go on the phone, you could find
what is it? Okay, if we go on the phone, where are we going to be looking at? Pictures, videos?
videos.
Videos.
If you scroll up the videos, it's recent, you're gonna see them. They like right there.
And what are we going to see that's going to...
You're gonna see a whole bunch of videos of me and all the girls doing sexual activity. You're gonna see the here, and you're gonna be seeing her like, oh my God, I love this. This is so beautiful. You helped me. You're gonna be seeing her say that. That's what you're gonna see. And then you're gonna be like, wait a minute. Like, oh, then he turns around and you.
When is the most recent video you think of her with you?
So a woman can just say you her, and that's it. Just because I'm portrayed to be a bad guy in the media?
No, I'm not saying that.
And I want to know if this was going on. Like, okay, I heard you. And what? How do you prove that? How did she prove I hate her when I got so much evidence of us really?
Well,
I'm trying to understand from a logical sense. Okay, someone can just say that I hate them and because I have a bad image online, I go to jail. That's crazy. That means women would do that every day, all day. This woman are vindictive. What I'm saying to you is this: I have a lot of women. All those women are mine. Like, what do I need a woman for when I'm the ladies' man? I'm the ladies' man. I get so much. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to do that.
but what if they decide one day to go against you?
No, you gotta go. You go against me, get out. Because you're a problem. That's how we deal with you. Get out. Immediate. That's what I told her. Get out. And I know that she didn't want to leave. I know.
Why did she leave?
That's the question. Because I feel like she been talking to somebody on the phone. I look, with me, it's like people come in I'm open to the public. Literally. Like, my address is public. So that means anyone that needs help can come to me. Okay, I get all kind of crazy people that come to me. I don't know outside of me trying to help her. She came to me I'm a spiritual teacher. I'm open to the public. Anybody can come to my house and receive love. And I loved her. And I would never harm her. Ever. And that's exactly who I am. My heart is open to the public. My home, I went on a time. I flew people to Costa Rica just so they can taste the water. I'm interested in helping people through what I'm doing.
Okay.
What I'm saying to you is this.
And then we're going to you're going to give us the passcode.
8116. That's the code for all of our phones. Look through all of them. If you see some shit, it was consensual. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's my social security. That's my social security. That's the password to everything. You need password to laptops. We have nothing to hide.
All right, let me go talk with the supervisor. I have him down here now.
You said left. When did you leave?
She left that night. I mean, the next night.
The next night?
She left in like, first of all, she called a friend.
Yeah.
See, now I'm feeling scared because I feel like you got that and now you.
No. We've been here for a while.
Questions?
I can trust you.
Well, what do you mean by trust me?
Like, you're not going to plant nothing in my mouth.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's.
No, because what she's doing making me think like that, like I'm being set up. Like, bro, she got to prove that I her, bro. Like, that's crazy. I got mad evidence in my phone. You can look at it. That's a pen. You can go look in the phone, bro. I'm an honest man. I'm an open person. My house is open. Everything's open about me. I'm on live. I am an open guy. What?
Okay. We're
For her to say this is what happened to her. She left the next day like, I was like, okay. Because people in and out my house.
When was that?
Like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and then she looked online. She took a picture online with her ex-boyfriend with a pimp cup in his hand, talking about we are not the same. You're gonna see the phone too. You're gonna see her on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I saved the picture. He's like this with a pimp cup because he's a PIMP, and that's what he does with her. He prostitutes her. That ain't no snitching. I ain't about to talk about all that because ain't nobody's business, and that's not what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So she has a couple years, and she pops back up on him and shows it live like, oh yeah, with him again. And everybody's like, yo, this messing around. What's going on? Listen, when they find out she tried me, the whole, you gonna see all the support I got. You gonna see the people like I got a lot of people hate me. I got a lot of people that's gonna come through for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as hate as I got, you don't know the people that love me.
Okay, I'm not going to deny that.
All right, Detective Panosian, just a couple of questions. After you finished your complete investigation, did you obtain arrest warrants for Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
And did that conclude your involvement in this case?
Yes.
All right, that's all I have. Thank you, Detective.
All right, Cross.
Right now?
Do y'all need a... Yeah. Okay, yep, we'll get started.
All right. Good morning, Detective. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right. My name is Robert Booker. I represent Elijah Bishop, and I just have a few questions for you, okay? All right. So when you do an investigation, you do it based on your training and experience, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you've been a detective, I think you said today, for about 3 years? 2 years?
A little over 2 years.
A little over 2 years. And this case is about 2 years old, right?
A little less than 2 years old.
A little less than 2 years. Okay. So this defendant was arrested in April of 2022, right?
Correct.
So we're 22, 23 months, right?
Something like that.
Okay. So when you first got this case, you had been a detective for just a month or two, right?
A few months, yes.
Okay. And what were you prior to becoming a detective?
Uniform patrol.
Okay. All right. And so you are trained to be a detective, to look for reliable evidence, right?
Correct.
Consistency.
Yes.
You were trained to interview witnesses.
Yes.
Okay. As a matter of fact, you interviewed my client. That was played before the jury, right?
With Detective Moore.
With Detective Moore. Okay. Detective Moore, I think he said he was like 26 years into this. So he's been doing this for a while.
He, at the time, I believe, was 22 years, and he had been in the Special Victims Unit for 9 years.
Okay. So he's very experienced.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And when you do an investigation, you rely on what you would consider to be the best evidence for purposes of your investigation, right?
Correct.
Okay. That means you question people firsthand, right?
What do you mean firsthand?
Well, if you want to ask me a question, you come ask me. You don't ask someone else about me, typically. You ask me first, right?
If I'm looking for an answer from you, yes.
Okay. All right. And prior to this case, you had worked on cases before, right?
Yes.
As a detective.
Yes.
How many had you worked on in the 2 or 3 months you had been a detective?
I don't know off the top of my head, probably at least a few.
More than 2?
I could not tell you the stats.
Okay. So is it possible that this is the first case that you worked on when you became a detective?
No.
It's not possible.
I specifically remember while being in January of 2022, working with Detective Moore on a case.
So it's possible this would be the second case that you have worked on as a detective.
More than likely, it was more than that. Since it had already been a few months, we do get a few every month.
Okay. So it's fair to say you were still in a single digits, then we'll go with that. Hadn't done much.
I couldn't tell you. Okay. We work in DeKalb County. We're busy.
Yes, ma'am. And you are the primary detective on this case, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so that means what other people do in the investigation, that you direct them to do it, correct?
Correct, for the
So-
most part.
So if a uniform officer decides to do something in an investigation, you've instructed that person to do it, correct?
If they are helping me in the investigation, yes.
Yeah, you're basically the manager of the case, right?
Correct.
The project manager.
Something like that.
Everything runs through you, right?
Should be, yes.
Okay. And if a search warrant is done, you do a search warrant, right?
Yes.
Because you talked about a search warrant in this case, correct?
Yes, we do.
You talked about that, and in order to do a search warrant, you have to get an affidavit, correct? You have to do an affidavit?
Yes,
An affidavit is a sworn testimonial document, correct?
that is correct.
And in that sworn testimonial document, you make certain assertions in front of a Superior Court judge. Isn't that correct?
Assertions or testimony?
Testimony.
Yes, I made testimony in front of a judge.
Okay. And that judge would allow you to do certain things like search phones and things like that, right?
That is correct.
Search houses.
Correct.
Okay. And do other things that would typically not be permissible by law enforcement, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So we'll come back to that. Now, in this particular case, you spoke to all the witnesses involved, right?
What do you mean, all the witnesses involved?
Well, we'll start with you spoke to her, right?
Correct.
Okay. You interviewed her, right?
Yes.
That was a recorded interview, was it not?
Yes.
Okay. And that recorded interview, so far we haven't heard that in this case, but it was recorded by you. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And you went down to wherever she was in Fayetteville and did a recorded interview with her?
That is correct.
Was the other detective present when that interview was done?
He was.
Okay. And was that the only time had been given a recorded interview?
I believe there were phone conversations later on that may have been recorded, but I apologize. I don't remember specifically.
Okay. But in this one, you did specifically interview her for roughly an hour, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And you asked her specific questions about March 24th, 2022. Is that correct?
I apologize. I'm bad with dates. If that is the date that she advised that the incident occurred at,
Yes.
then yes.
Okay. So let's talk about how you went about the on direct real quick though. On direct, you indicated that, well, let me start back. Did you do a search warrant on the cell phone?
No, we did not.
Did you ever look at the cell phone?
She had gotten a new one by the time we spoke with her.
Okay. Did you ever ask what happened to her old one?
No, we did not.
So you never looked at her cell phone?
No.
Okay. Do you know who Kelly is? She's a witness in this case as well.
No, I don't know that name off the top of my head.
Okay, you're the primary detective in this case. You know the people that you would have met and interviewed, right?
For the most part, yes.
Okay, so Kelly.
It's been some time, unfortunately.
Okay, I'll refresh your recollection. Kelly is the person that Ms. said she was texting and calling on the evening of March 24th, 2022. Okay. Have you ever met with her before?
No.
Have you ever talked to her before?
No.
So if she said that she provided text messages to you, then that would not be true, then, would it?
Honestly, if she provided them to me, and they would have been in the record, but I don't have that in front of me.
Judge, now approach the witness.
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 1. You can take a second and look at these.
That'd be great, thank you.
Do you recognize those?
Now that I'm seeing them, yes.
Okay.
I apologize for that before. Apparently, I did look at his phone or his phone.
Okay. Is it possible that we could put State's Exhibit 1 on the screen? So you said you did look at her phone, correct?
That would be how I would have gotten these.
Okay. By
From
looking at your phone.
Yes.
Okay. On the screen is State's Exhibit 1. Okay. Is that the same text message that you have in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does it start by saying, "Hi, Kelly"? Are you up, question mark, in the top left?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you take a look at the top of that screen? You said just now, based on your cross-examination, that you got this from his phone, right?
That would be the only logical place that I would have gotten it from.
Okay. At the top of the screen, do you see the time that's up there? What time is up there? Top left.
11:51.
11:51. Okay. I'm going to change to State's Exhibit 1, the second page of it on the screen. Is it that follow along with yours? Does it say 11:51 up there as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's move to the third one. Does that say 11:51?
Yes, sir.
Okay. To the fourth, does that say 11:51?
Yes, sir.
Okay. To the fifth, does that say 11:51?
Yes, sir.
Okay. To the sixth, does that say 11:52?
Yes, sir.
Okay. To the seventh, does that say 11:52 as well?
Yes, sir.
All right. To the eighth, does that say 11:52?
Yes, sir.
All right. To the ninth, does that say 11:52?
Yes, sir.
The 10th, 11:52?
Yes, sir.
All right. To the 11th, does that also say 11:52?
Yes, sir.
All right. To the 12th, does that say 11:53?
Yes, sir.
All right. And to the 4th, does that say 11:53?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So is it fair to say that it's between 11:51 and 11:53, that's all the text messages that were sent?
Those were the text messages screenshotted.
They were screenshotted.
Yes.
Okay.
That would show the current time, not the time that the text messages were sent.
Okay. So are you aware of, so those messages that are there, they were screenshotted by who?
It appears to be Kelly.
Okay. I thought you said that you got them off his phone. That's what you just
I
said.
believe she was the one who sent us these because I don't believe I spoke with Ms. Kelly.
Okay. Is your email address your first initial, last name, and the typical following?
The typical following of DeKalb.
I was trying not to put your email address in front of the whole world, but yes, is that
It's
correct?
okay.
Yes, ma'am? Okay. Have you ever talked to someone from the official tmedia@gmail.com?
I have received emails from her.
Okay. Is it possible that those messages that are there right there in front of you came from an email from the official t@gmail.com?
Like I said, unfortunately, I just don't have the memory to remember how I got these specifically.
Okay. Judge, the state has provided a copy of her email. I'm just going to show her email. Look at that. Judge, may I approach the witness?
Yes.
I haven't marked these yet, but I will in a second. I'm going to just show you something. If you'll take a look and see if you recognize that. I'm going to take Stacy's one right here so we don't mix them up.
That's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me know when you've had a chance to look at those.
Would you like me to look at them all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Down the break and look at. All right, just go.
Can I approach the witness again, Judge?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had a chance to look through those emails?
Yes, sir.
Are those your emails?
Those are emails exchanges with me.
With you. That's your email address?
Yes, sir.
Has it been edited in any way?
Does not appear to have been.
Do you think this is an accurate representation of your email exchange with the official tmedia@gmail.com?
It appears so.
Okay. Judge, I would move the tender for this as defense exhibit 1 as a collection of her emails.
Any objection?
No,
Stage?
no.
All right, defense one is submitted.
Okay. I'm going to mark them real quick. So you would agree that you had an email exchange with the tofficial@gmail.com, right?
That's correct.
You're aware the T is a YouTube company, I guess, right?
Yes.
Okay. And is it fair to say that the text messages that you received, that you testified to earlier, that you received from his phone from looking directly at it, that they in fact came as part of an email attachment sent to you from the T@gmail.com?
Not according to those emails. The first
Okay.
email was about a preliminary hearing.
All right. If I can approach, Judge.
Okay.
Do you see here, right there? What does that say?
It just says she's trying to get text messages.
No, yeah, let's look at this again. As those texts were sent to me, third party, that means that she sent you those text messages.
Well, it looks like in my email, I sent it as a forward to about a video she had sent me.
Okay. So it's fair to say the messages that you testified that you received, you didn't get those from Kelly, you didn't get those from either, correct?
Like I said, unfortunately, I just don't remember exactly how I received those videos.
Well, your emails right there reflect that, but we'll move on beyond that. Is it typical for you to rely on a third party to be able to provide you with information in the case?
Sometimes.
So are you aware that the T is a group of people that their desire is, they don't like Mr. Bishop, I'll put it that way. Were you aware of that?
They do have documentation of Mr. Bishop and his actions.
Okay, so it's fair to say that they don't like him. You'd agree with me about that, right?
It's fair to say that, yeah.
Okay. Now, so that email exchange with the T, you actually emailed them after certain hearings as well, and they emailed you back, correct?
They emailed me first, yes.
And you emailed them back.
Yes, I always email everybody back.
Okay, all right. Now, you indicated as part of your investigative work that you went to the scene, right?
Correct.
Okay. And so when you went to the scene, in order to get into somebody's house, because we have this Fourth Amendment thing, you have to get a search warrant, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So when you went inside, did you attempt to collect blood while you were inside?
I did not.
Okay. Did you attempt to collect semen?
I did not.
Okay. Did somebody on your behalf?
There was collection of materials there that could contain that, but specifically blood and semen were not on the search warrant.
Okay. What about condoms that were used?
I would have to see the search warrant to be able to tell you if that was specified on it.
What about sheets that would have been used?
That would be specified.
What about spreads and comforters and things like that?
Bed sheets included, yes.
Mattresses?
No, sir.
Okay. Where is that data at? Who collected that stuff?
Our crime scene did, as
Crime
well
scene?
as other detectives.
Okay. Were you present when these things were collected?
I was not present. I had been there in the initial start of the search warrant, but because we had so many people, we didn't want to keep them waiting. We went ahead and started our interviews.
Okay. All right. So someone from crime scene attempted to collect certain bodily fluids and other things that would be indicative for purposes of sex in a house, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And that's been done as part of your investigation?
Yes, as typical with sexual assault investigations.
Okay. And you also did a sexual assault examination, or you couldn't do one, right?
That is correct.
Okay. So you couldn't do one based on your direct examination because your testimony was, let me go back to it, that she didn't come to you until April the 7th of 2022. That's when you interviewed her, right?
Correct.
Okay. And that would have been more than 5 days after the time that she alleged that it happened, right?
Correct.
Okay. But are you aware that she did go to law enforcement within 5 days of it happening or allegedly happening?
When she filed the initial report?
Yes.
Yes, but the initial report did not include anything about the sexual assault.
It didn't include anything about sexual assault. That's exactly right. It did not include anything about sexual assault. As a matter of fact, she never said anything about sexual assault, right?
Correct.
Okay. So within 5 days of the time that she alleged to have had sex when a sexual assault examination could have been done, she had not said anything to law enforcement about a sexual assault, right?
That's correct.
Okay. As a matter of fact, when she went to talk to officer, and I'm going to mess his name up, H-U-I-D, she was on body cam. Do you have that body
Judge,
cam?
I'm going to object. I think we're going to start getting into hearsay statements. That question did not elicit hearsay.
I'm not asking for her.
He's not asking what the statement was, so go ahead, overrule the objection. Go ahead.
She gave over a 20-minute statement on body cam. Isn't that correct?
I believe so.
You reviewed that, right?
Yes.
Okay, and in that statement, she only told law enforcement that this was revenge, correct?
That's correct.
And that's all you guys, when you went to Fayetteville on April 7th, were reviewing for, right?
Initially, yes.
Okay, initially. Okay, so in your interview, though, with her on April 7th, at this point, there's a question about whether or not there's some sort of sexual activity that happened, right?
She had brought it up, yes.
She brought it up. Okay. Well, when she brought it up, did she say...
Judge, I'm going to object. I think this calls for hearsay.
I don't think it does, Judge. It's during her investigation.
All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and we can argue about this outside the presence of the jury.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. I'm just waiting for the door to close. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Yes, Judge. I do believe that this is hearsay. There is not an exception to it's part of our investigation. I think what Mr. Booker wants to get into is the fact that Ms. said we made love. I think they even asked if she consented, and she said, I don't really know how to describe it. Those are questions he directly asked Ms. on the stand. She admitted that she said those things. He cannot offer those statements as a prior inconsistent statement. He can't impeach her on that because when he asked, did you tell Detective Panosian that y'all made love? Her answer was yes. So I think this is hearsay and doesn't come in.
Mr. Booker, I tend to agree with that.
I would agree with that, Judge, that I can't ask her and try to elicit, I'm sorry. I can't try to elicit a statement that Ms. already said. She did certainly concede that.
Right.
I think the state's position is that this is some sort of because she was forced or mentally forced in some way to do it, and I think they're trying to impinge the defendant on being able to do a thorough and civil cross-examination. I still think it's within our right to be able to cross the detective on the investigation that did as a whole. If we're not allowed to cross the detective on statements that were made to law enforcement, I'm not sure what the purpose of the cross is.
Well, the thorough and sifting cross-examination does not mean that the rules of evidence are disregarded.
I'm not saying that.
So I think she's right legally that statement is, it's not a prior inconsistent statement. So I don't think you can go into that. I mean, the rules are the rules regardless if it's direct or cross.
Okay. I have other questions I can ask her around the judge.
Can we do that now outside the presence of the jury so that I don't have to send the jury back?
I would rather not have the detective or the state know what questions I'm about to ask. I think they get right into it. I don't want to do
Well, you might not have a choice. Let me go take a quick break, and then I'll let you know what we're gonna do. I just don't want to send them in. You ask another question, and then have to send them out again.
Okay.
How much longer do you have with the witness? Do you think?
I don't know, probably 20, 25 minutes.
Okay, no, that's fine. I do want though to get a proffer of what you're gonna ask the witness, so that we don't have to send a jury out every time you ask a question.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll be asking her, Judge, I would ask her, sorry. I would ask her pertaining to, her investigation, I'm gonna go further to her investigation.
Okay.
What she learned as a result of her investigation, from the alleged victim, what she learned further from my client and from other witnesses.
All right, but and are you going to be asking her any more about the victim's statement?
I'm going to ask her about the statement that she gave. Did she give a statement? Was it recorded?
We've already talked about that, haven't we? We already know she gave a statement.
Right. And I would.
Are you going to go into the substance of the victim's statement, I guess is the question.
I think I can ask her, if the state is objecting to me asking specifically what she said, I can ask whether or not it was the same as she said from the March 30th interview. That's not asking for what she said, that's asking whether it's the same as what she said in the March 30th interview. That's a different thing.
The March 30th interview was with?
I'm not sure I pronounced his name.
Hugh, the
Oh
respondent.
yeah, okay.
The responding officer.
Okay.
If it was the same, I think that's not hearsay.
Without asking what the substance is, okay.
Judge, I think you just asked that. You just asked this witness, in her initial statement to Officer Hugh, did she mention a sexual assault? And the answer was no.
No, that's true.
Mr. Booker is trying to ask questions that are going to lead to objections. I think we just need to leave her statement alone. He's asked a question, it was recorded, it was an hour long. Any question he asks about the substance of her statement is inadmissible hearsay.
Okay. Mr. Booker, anything else?
I don't have anything.
Okay, I agree. So no more about the statement. You've already elicited the fact that she didn't include the rape allegation, that it was different, and if there's anything else specifically about the statement you want to address, then
Okay.
let me know first. But
Well, Judge, I'm sure the court, I'm not sure, I know you practice law and forgotten more law than I know, Judge.
I don't know about that, but I did practice for 19 years before doing this. So.
I don't know how much defense work, but a lot of times as defense, you're there and your questions are not always written on paper.
I understand.
So,
All right,
yeah.
let's just do this. Let's stay away. You've already asked about the substance of the statement. That's already come in, so we don't want to be duplicative and cumulative. So just stay away from the substance of the statement. And if you feel like you need to go into something, just ask for Roche.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right. But we've already covered it, so we don't need to do it again.
And Judge, I will just state that I think, I will just state for purposes of the record that that's an objection on behalf of the defense. I'm not sure how you handicap a defendant in a case further by limiting their ability to cross-examine the officer regarding a statement. And what I would request, Judge, secondarily, is I think we have Ms. President, she's under subpoena for the state. Since they have an objection, we'll be asking questions about it, that she remain under subpoena. She can stay in the courtroom so she can hear it, but we're probably going to call her during our case as well. So I would ask that she remain under subpoena.
Mr. Coveney, Ms. Thomas?
Since they have an issue with it, we ask questions about our statements.
Okay. So meaning you want to keep her under subpoena, meaning you want her sequestered, is what you're saying?
I'm fine with saying that she's been here the whole time.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Then just know, Ms. You are not, you can stay in the courtroom, but you may be needed to testify again, so you're not excused.
Actually, they're not like her. I'll tell you why.
She has a right to be present 1717 to 10.
She does have a right under the statute.
I just like the jury to hear she's called that she's been present in the balance.
You can ask her about that. That's perfectly fine.
Thank you.
Okay. And again, I don't think the hearsay rules. Your right to a thorough and sifting cross-examination is still subject to the rules of hearsay.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we're done with that. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's bring the jurors back in.
All right. Good morning again, officer.
Good morning
Still on the
again.
oath. All right, just a few further questions for you. So before we left, we had talked a little bit about Defense Exhibit 1, and you had indicated to me that there was, or to the jury rather, that the emails that you had received, you didn't think that they included the attachments that were part of it, these text messages that are part of State's Exhibit 1, right? Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. Like I said, unfortunately, some time has passed, so sometimes my memory just doesn't stay with me.
Okay, can I approach the witness again, Judge?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to show you again what's marked as Defense Exhibit 1. And do you agree with me here where this email says Monica, is it Panosian? Panosian, I'm sorry, on March 12, 2000, or May 12, 2022, wrote, right? You would agree with me that's what you wrote?
That is.
Okay. And do you agree with me that you wrote an email to, see if I can find it here, the official T media at gmail.com, right?
Yes.
Okay. And your email says that I will make sure these get to the DA's office, who is in charge of the prosecution. As well, could you send me Kelly's information, since she was the one who sent these to you? I would like to see if she has any other text, because she no longer had these texts when we spoke. Do you agree that that deals with text messages?
I do.
Okay. Do you agree here that there is a text message? Oh, I'm sorry. Here, that there on this page here, there's an email without reading the email because it's written by someone else, but it says, see the attached text messages between and a woman named Kelly.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so do you now agree, based on these text messages that would be in your email account that you sent and were sent to you, that you received those text messages not off a phone that you looked at, but off someone sending it to you? Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, from the T, correct?
Yes, who got it from Miss Kelly.
Okay, and you know that because what? You think you indicated you never spoke to Miss Kelly, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so how do you know they got it from Miss Kelly?
Just have to put a little faith in people, I guess.
Okay, all right. Well, you realize why we're here, right? We're putting faith in people we've never spoke to before, that you've never spoken to before.
That's
You're
true.
trusting them.
I'm presenting them, and like it was shown, it was through an email chain that were sent to the district attorney's office.
Okay, that you sent to the district attorney's office.
Yes, sir. I
Okay.
forwarded. Yes.
All right. Those are emails exchanged with the T, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Did you know that Miss did an interview with the T as well?
I found out after. Yes.
Okay. Did that interview address March 24th, 2022?
I couldn't tell you. I never watched the interview.
Never listened to it?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. So you can't say whether it's consistent or inconsistent with what she said?
No, I could not.
Okay. All right. Now, you said that when you got there, going back to the house, you said that you interviewed people there, correct?
Not at the house.
Well, there were so many people there that you guys were in a hurry to get through your search of the house, right?
No.
You were not in a hurry.
There was no rush to finish the execution of the search warrant.
Okay. So going back, crime scene was there present with you, and they'll be here to testify at some point about what they collected, right?
Correct.
And when things are collected by crime scene, that stuff is sent to the GBI for processing for forensic data, right? Or forensic information, right?
Not every time, no.
Okay. What happened to the stuff in this case? Was it sent to the GBI?
That you would have to ask crime scene if they had it processed by the GBI or if they processed it themselves.
Okay. So you're the lead investigator in this case. What did they do with it? What did you instruct them to do with it?
My instructions at the time was to collect it.
Okay. And do they decide what to do with it once it's collected, or do you decide what to do with it once it's collected?
I decide.
Okay. So being that you told them to collect it, and then it's your decision based on what you just said on what they do with it. What was your decision on what they did with it?
Just to keep it for collection till we had further search warrants for the cell phones.
Okay, and you got further search warrants for cell phones, right? Sorry. As a matter of fact, you searched based on my discovery the state gave us 11 or 12 different devices, right?
I did not execute those search warrants myself, so I couldn't tell you the number that they did.
Okay, who did those search warrants then?
The district
who did.
attorney's office.
The district attorney's office did the search warrants on the cell phones. Okay, so they would have the data from the cell phones.
They would.
Okay, and they would have somebody that would testify regarding that part then.
They would.
Okay, so even though it's your investigation, the district attorney's office did the cell phones.
Yep, I required some assistance.
All right. All right. So the cell phone that my client told you in his interview, though, the one with the pin that he gave you, the 8116 pin, that passcode he told you, did you search that cell phone?
No, it was when we did the search warrants. So that was executed with the district attorney's office.
So the district attorney's office is responsible for looking inside his cell phone.
That was something that we were able to discuss and agree together that was going to be done.
Okay. All right. You never did that.
I did not do that.
Okay.
No.
Some other law enforcement officer did that.
As someone post-certified, I believe so, or at least an employee of DeKalb County.
Okay. So you indicated that there were several people there, so you interviewed other people that were on the scene, correct? About March 24th, 2022, right?
No,
Okay. So in your investigation, you don't have anybody from inside the house that told you that they witnessed any screaming, fighting, kicking, or anything that would show that there was some act of force in the room on March 24th, 2022? Some physical
that was
evidence?
not what he had told me had happened either.
Okay, thank you.
So there would be no indication of that.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Now, you agree with me that there were you did a search warrant to obtain and search cell phones, right?
Correct.
Okay. And there was an iPhone 6S that was searched, right?
If that was one of the ones collected, yes.
Well,
I
you-
don't have the list of the phones that were collected.
Okay. But you did the search warrant, right?
I did.
Okay. And so you would agree with me there was an iPhone 6S that was listed as device number 1 in your search warrant?
Not in the search warrant, in the property sheet once it had been collected, yes.
Okay. So you know what was there, an iPhone 6S. You agree with that, correct?
I would have to see the document to say yes or no.
Okay. All right. Do you disagree with it?
Like I said, I can't agree or disagree unless I see the document. Unfortunately,
Okay.
my
All right.
memory of everything that was collected, it's just not there without seeing the documentation.
So it's fair to say that you don't know that there were over 13,000 photos in the iPhone 6S that was collected.
No, I did not see it.
You didn't know that there were 315 videos that were collected in that phone.
No.
Okay. In the iPad Pro, which was listed as device 2 on your property sheet, did you look at that one?
No, sir.
So it's fair to say that you didn't know there were 82,459 photos in that iPad,
No, I would not know that.
or 1,120 videos in that iPad,
No, I would not know that.
or 4,653 pieces of audio data, recorded songs in that iPad that were new. Did you know that?
No, I would not know that.
Okay, because you never looked at it.
I did not execute that search warrant. No.
Okay, the next one you was device 3 was another iPhone 6. Did you know in that one there were over 3,284 videos in that iPhone, which is device 3?
No.
Did you know there was 75,857 photos in it? 1,897 pieces of audio.
No.
Didn't know that. Okay. How about in the iPhone XR, which was device number 4 that you collected? Did you look in that one?
No, sir.
Did you know there were 30,792 videos in that iPhone XR?
No, I did not.
That's a lot of videos.
That is a lot of videos.
Did you know there were 137,374 photos in that phone?
No, I did not.
Did you know there were 4,246 pieces of audio in that phone?
No, I did not.
Did you know there was an expert witness or alleged expert witness in this case?
No, I did not.
Dr. Ross, Rick Ross? I mean, he's not a doctor, high school educated Rick Ross. Did you know him?
I do not know him.
Okay. If he has 6 videos, half a dozen that he testified to, that he reviewed, being that so far we've talked about over 50,000 videos just between 4 devices and I haven't even got to the other 6, would that sound like a lot if you looked at 6 when you have 50,000 here?
Only if 6 were presented.
Okay, if 6 were presented. Okay. All right. How about in the iPhone 7 Plus, which was device 5? Did you know that there were 2,460 videos in that one?
No.
Did you know there were 78,333 photos in that one?
No, I did not.
Okay, I will just skip on down. But in iPad Pro, which is device 6, iPhone 11, which was device 7, iPhone 12, which was device 8, they have respectively 72,726 photos, 119,859 photos, 252,827 photos, 10,911 videos, 2,051 videos, 10,075 pieces of audio. Those are just in those devices by themselves separately. And I didn't read every single one of them. You were not aware of that, and you didn't search any of those. Is that correct?
Like I had said previously, no, I did not.
There was an iPhone 11 there that had over 10,000 videos. This is device number 9. You were not aware of that?
No, sir.
Not aware there was 190,000 photos in device number 9, which is an iPhone 11?
No, I was
Never
not
searched
aware.
that?
No.
Okay. How about the iPhone XR, which is device 10, that had over 1,300 videos in it?
No.
Over 56,000 photos in it.
Oh, sorry. No, I was not aware.
Okay. There was an iPhone XS Max, which was device 11. Did you know that that device had over 200,000 photos of it in it?
No, I did not.
Over 5,000 pieces of audio in it that were created. Didn't know that?
No, sir.
This was all in the search warrants that you did, right?
Those were the search warrants for the phones after I had already obtained the first search warrant, and I did not execute those second search warrants.
Okay, but
like I had said before.
somebody else executed those search warrants.
They obtained them and served them themselves.
Okay. And the last device, which was a Sony video camera, were you aware that that one was there as well, which is device 12?
If it had been listed in the property sheet, then I had been made aware of it.
And then there were 1,990 individual unique video recording productions just on that device.
No, I didn't know that.
Didn't know that. Didn't look at them.
No, sir.
So you wouldn't be to say if they said take one, cut, things like that in them because you never looked at them, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Now, did you search within the cell phones themselves the text messages?
No, sir.
So when in the text messages, if I ran a search through it and people used the word God when they were referring to each other, as in male or female, you wouldn't be able to testify whether or not that's true or not because you never looked at it, right?
That's true.
Okay. You wouldn't be able to testify that we ran a search through those cell phones.
Judge, I'm going to object if he's getting into statements and cell phones. That's hearsay.
I didn't say a specific statement, Judge. I just asked if she searched within cell phones.
All right, just leave it to that, please.
Okay. You wouldn't be able to testify whether or not there were any threats in the cell phones, correct? Because you never looked.
Not on those cell phones, no. Those
Okay.
were, like I said before, the search warrants executed on those phones were done by somebody else, not myself.
Okay. Do you know who did the search ones on the cell phones?
I don't know off the top of my head, no.
Okay. But this is your case that you investigated, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now, in your interview of the defendant, you interviewed him. He came down without a lawyer present, and you and Detective Moore interviewed him, correct?
That is correct.
And it was an audio recorded interview.
Yes.
Okay. And the same way you recorded him, you also recorded an interview with Miss. Correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And the body cam that Officer Hugh, now that I know how to pronounce his name, Officer Hugh, that was recorded and maintained in the database somewhere, right?
The body cam footage, yes.
And you can see Ms. live in person in front of you on that body cam, right?
Yes, you can view the footage.
You reviewed it.
Yes.
Okay. And so when you went out to her house in Fayetteville on April 7, 2022, you went out there because you were doing an investigation for what was alleged to be revenge, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Now, when you interviewed my client, he repeatedly told you that he was, quote, he was an innocent man, he didn't know anybody. Isn't that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
That he had nothing to hide, right?
That's fair.
that he told you that they sent him a letter that alleged revenge, and he was aware that she had made that allegation, right?
That is correct.
That there was a application for a warrant where a person can go and tell a magistrate somewhere that I want a warrant for a person, and they can apply for a warrant and come and have a hearing about that. Isn't that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and so she had apparently gone down to the magistrate and said, hey, by the way, this guy, he put some videos up of me that I don't like, right?
She stated that she had revenge posted against her, yes.
Okay, so that would have been another time outside the time that she spoke to Officer Wee, as well as outside the time that she talked to you. I just said we again, Officer Hugh. Officer Hugh, so a separate time from the time she talked to Officer Hugh, and a separate time from the time she spoke to you, that she only said something about revenge, correct? If she went in down and talked to a magistrate?
That's not correct, because when I spoke with her, she did not just mention the revenge.
Okay, so she
So
said,
you could say it was with Officer Hugh, but I cannot testify to what she told the magistrate court.
okay, so the magistrate court wouldn't be sending out a warrant application for a case with it.
Judge, I'm going to object to lack of personal knowledge, and this questioning calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Okay, so you said that you talked to her and she told you more than, right, or more than consensual, right?
What do you mean more than
Judge, I'm
consensual?
object. This question calls for your statement.
We're getting into the substance now, Mr. Booker, so
Okay.
let's move on.
Okay.
Sustain the objection.
She gave you a recorded interview, right?
She did give us an audio recording, yes.
Okay. Do you disagree that in the section of her interview between 1447 and
Judge,
1527,
I'm going to object. Same objection. This is hearsay.
this is not regarding what she's already testified to? It's a totally separate issue, Judge, if I could ask my question.
Well, then it'll be a
Well,
proper
hold on. Approach.
Okay. Any about whether or not she was going to go upstairs without telling me which.
All right.
This is a direct violation of what
Okay.
you said, Judge.
So, all right, I'm going to send the jury back out. We need to talk about this some more. In the law is that yeah, we can. If you want to question this officer about the victim's statements, those would be hearsay, regardless of whether or not the witness testified or not. And in order for it to be admissible, it would have to be a prior consistent statement or a prior inconsistent statement.
And this is a prior inconsistent statement. And if the state believes it's not a prior inconsistent statement, it could be a prior consistent statement. They can have either way. They just don't want me to ask about it.
Well, hold on. Let me see. What was the question?
The question had not even come out yet, and I would ask that the witness step out, Judge, so she's not hearing the question in advance.
All right. I don't know what they have going on next door, so don't put her out. Have her stand outside. All right. What was the question?
The question was, Judge, did she say to you anything about that they didn't appreciate her and she tried to go upstairs to say goodbye? That was the statement that she made.
All right. How is that not hearsay?
Well, the state says it comes in under a prior consistent or inconsistent statement. She either said that or she didn't say that at the time. When I asked her a question, she said that yes, I went upstairs, but I went upstairs because they said God was calling me. That was her testimony.
Okay.
In the interview, that's not what she says. In the interview, she says that she went upstairs and Malia told her to go downstairs. She went outside to leave. When she went outside to leave, at that point, they said, hey, God's calling you. She went back upstairs. So if she's going upstairs the first time without anybody telling her to come upstairs, Judge, that's her going up against the state's whole theory of the case is that she's going there because she's being forced to. But the first time in this interview, she says that she willingly went upstairs. She never said that during her cross-examination or direct examination. That's never been said at all in this case.
Response?
And Judge, I think Mr. Booker may be confusing the 2 times she went upstairs. One time she went up willingly, well, both times she went up willingly, but the first time was to pack her belongings.
That's not what she said. Listen to the
Mr.
interview.
Booker, please don't interrupt.
I'm sorry.
The second time is when she went up because Zoka said God is calling. If Mr. Booker is intending to impeach something he said, he needs to ask her directly, give her an opportunity to explain her statement, and then impeach her that way. I don't know that he asked that specific question.
We didn't, Judge. We didn't ask it in that way. The interview says it differently. And so if they want me to interview or put back up, fine, we'll put it back up. And we'll address it that way.
All right. I think the proper thing to do is address this with,
Okay.
and not this officer.
Okay.
All right.
But asking, did she say anything about XYZ? That's not stating what she actually said. I mean, I don't think that's hearsay. That's not what I was actually saying. I was just saying did she say anything about, hey, I went upstairs twice willingly? The state's whole theory of the case is that she was told to go up.
Okay, so let me, and I don't mean to cut you off, but are you trying to ask this witness, did she ever tell you she went upstairs twice willingly? Is that what you're trying to ask?
It is, Judge.
Do you have an objection to that question?
I don't.
Okay, I think it's just the way we're trying to say it. So you can ask her that question. Did she ever tell you that she went upstairs twice willingly?
Okay.
That's what you're trying to ask, right?
Essentially, yes.
Essentially, okay. And there's no objection to that question.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. All right, let's bring the jurors back out.
Child, not a little bill sighting.
It's Monday.
All right.
You snuck in on me. All right, go ahead.
I didn't see you already signed up. All right. So I'm not going to ask you any further questions about the interview at this point. Now, well, despite this one question, in her, sorry, Judge. In her interview, she told you that she went upstairs twice on her own volition, right? Before she left. Not to pack, but to say goodbye twice on her own volition.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Okay. And that was in her recorded interview?
Yes, her whole statement was recorded, yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, Mr. Bishop told you in his interview that he sometimes does what he describes as radical things to get attention, right?
Correct.
That they would do what he called clout chase by smacking each other and all kind of things to get, as he described, drama, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you, you said that when you went to the house that you interviewed people, right?
After they were brought to headquarters.
After they were brought to headquarters. Okay. Who did you interview from the house?
Forgive me because I can't remember names, but I believe we have interviewed 4 of the people who have been at the house, 2 females and 2 males.
Okay. Do you know who they were?
I would have to look at my notes to give you names.
Okay.
I believe one of them she went by Malia.
Okay.
I believe another one went by Solar. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Like I said, I would have to look at my notes for specific names.
Okay. To your right, there's a big cheat sheet that the state put up there. You want to take a look at any of those names and see if they look like any people you would have interviewed?
The issue is I'm familiar with a lot of the names. I just can't remember specifically which ones were the ones that I spoke to, but if I could see my notes, I would be able to tell you.
Okay. Did they give you recorded statements when you interviewed them?
Yes.
Okay. And that was provided to the district attorney's office as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that would have been on April 7th, 2022 as well?
No, was that the date that we executed the search warrant?
That was the date that Mr. Bishop was arrested.
then yes.
It would have been that day?
It would have been the same day, yes.
All right. Now, Mr. Bishop indicated to you that he knew his girl wanted to leave, that he hugged her. He said, okay, you want to leave, fine. They made love, and then she ended up leaving the next day, correct?
He didn't know exactly when she had left.
He told you that she left that night, did he not?
That night, but in her statement, it was the next morning.
Okay. Well, okay. The next morning. 9 a.m. the next morning was the next day, the 26th, 25th.
Yes, you said that night, so it would have been the next morning.
Okay. All right. He also told you that he had everything is on his phone. He records everything, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. He asked you, in fact, bring you his phone so that he would be able to show you his own evidence from his phone, right?
That is correct.
That he wanted to show you that right there at that time.
That is correct.
Did you have, and you had already gotten his phone, right?
It had been collected during the same time in execution of the search warrant.
Okay, and he was able to consent to you searching his phone, couldn't he?
Yes, but we would have still waited to get a search warrant to go through his phone because consent can be revoked at any time.
Okay, well, he could have, the same way he could have revoked his right to talk to you, Miranda. In this particular case, he's begging you, he's saying, hey, bring me my phone, here's my passcode. He obviously didn't trust you guys because he was basically saying he thinks you got to plant evidence or whatever. But nonetheless, you never brought him his phone for him to show you what he wanted to show you in the phone, did you?
No.
And Detective Moore, the other officer, never did either?
No, we did not.
Okay. He basically said that you guys are detectives and you need to look at evidence, right? You need to look into it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
He told you that his house is public and that anybody could come to his house, right?
Yes.
He told you that he loved and he would never do anything to harm her, didn't he?
Yes, that is what he said.
That we have nothing to hide. Isn't that what he said?
That is what he said.
But the device never got in his possession and he was never able to show you anything in the device, correct?
That's why we asked him where it would be in the device so we could expedite the process.
Okay, and so being that you've collected 12 devices and over 1 million photos maybe, over 500,000 videos, do you know why a witness would be looking just at 6 of those?
I'm sorry, a witness would what?
I would draw the question.
Sustained.
Judge, may we approach?
Yes.
Were you present for an interview of when she spoke to the district attorney's office?
No, I was not.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Just briefly, Direct Judge.
Go ahead.
Thank you. All right, Detective Panosian, Mr. Booker asked you several questions about where you got these text messages from. If you got them from, would that change your decision to take out arrest warrants on Mr. Bishop?
No, it would have been the same decision.
If you got them from Kelly, would that change your decision to take out arrest warrants on Mr. Bishop?
No, it would have been the same decision.
All right. And Mr. Booker also asked you about collecting sheets and comforters and mattresses and all that. In a case such as this, would it surprise you if Mr. Bishop's DNA was on the sheets?
No, it was not. It was his home.
And so in a case like this, would you expect to see DNA or semen from Mr. Bishop on those sheets?
Yes.
And if DNA or semen was present, would that give you any indication about what happened in that room?
No, it would not.
And Mr. Booker also asked you questions about photos and videos and audio recordings as it relates to phones and devices that were collected associated with Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
And at any point during your investigation, were you ever made aware of anything relevant in those phones?
No, I was not.
Thank you, Detective.
Thank you.
All right, she may be excused. Or do you want to keep her under subpoena?
She may be excused,
You
Judge.
can step down. Thank you. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, call your next witness.
All right, guys, that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am all caught up with the coverage. I have released every single testimony except for day 1 testimony because I did release it and then I had to take it away to redact it. Now, if I get time in the meantime of something, or if there's another delay in court, then that'll give me more time to put that one up. But I'll get to it eventually. But I kind of want to stay up to date and current. So it is what it is, what it is, what it is, what it ain't. Okay, let's talk about it down below. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all know y'all can always visit my website, www.neekatnight.com. And I'll see y'all in the next one. But y'all let me know what it's given. What do you think about the investigation? What do you think about the things that they're trying to present, withhold? All of the things, the statement, let me know what you think and how is it going to go over with the jury? How are they receiving all of this information? Y'all let me know down below and I'll see you guys on the next one.